Hey, it's me, Simple Guy. So today I'm gonna do my top 25 most wanted matchups. I seen a trend going on, and so I was just talking about doing it too. So start off the top 25, we'll have BT7274 versus Diva. And BT7274 was also have Jack Cooper. And the reason why this is the last of the list is because, well, it's introduced as Titanfall, which is really neat, but it's like, I'm not a huge fan of stomps, kinda. There's only like a few stomps I actually like, so this is like one of the few. For a nice, funny episode, the Goons Battle Royale. That's it, the Goons Battle Royale. Like, top 20, like 24, like, it's a funny one. That's really the only reason I like it, because it's funny to see. So yeah, that's the reason I think want to see this one, because it's comedy. But then again, not a lot of people like comedy death battle. They just want pure death. That's it. Nova, Sam Alexander versus Blue Beetle, Jamie Reyes. This is one of the. There's a few Marvel vs. DC fights I think want to see. There's one of the few I actually want to see, but it'll be really neat to see, because like it's like Nova takes off the Scarab, or Blue Beetle taking off Nova's helmet, which would be like really cool to see. That's like one of the main reasons I want to see it. Hitmonchan versus Night Shift, my 22nd most wanted matchup. This would have been higher on the list than one for Ignitor versus Kai, but it still used to be one of my most wanted matchups ever. But stuff happened, and it changed from not being my most wanted to being bottom of my most wanted. So on the 20th most wanted matchup, Mirage versus Handsome Jack. These level people are pretty neat. They actually have a few connections. Like, I can't really say because I have a 30-second time limit. So yay. I love Adobe Spark. That's all I didn't think I have. But yeah, this is like my 20th most wanted matchup. Frost from Mortal Kombat versus Ash from Titanfall. This is actually a really neat matchup. They both counter each other pretty well, but I think it'll be Frost victory, unless you want to say Ash has her Titan, and then be Ash victory. But that depends on what you count Ash as having or not. Kylo Ren versus Shigaraki. These two father murderers are pretty good. I think it'll be a pretty neat matchup. It looks pretty neat. Unless you want, I think it'd be pretty fair. Unless you say, oh, Kylo Ren can you care about Obi-Wan for his ability to crush people's insides, and it just depends on how much you wanna wank them, I guess. Atrocitus versus Juggernaut. These two powerhouses are filled with rage. By looking at it, people say Atrocitus wins, and I believe that, because, well, Atrocitus is no joke, I'm pretty sure, because he was going against Hal Jordan. So yeah. There's probably about 3 more Marvel vs. DC fights that they want to see. So yeah, hope you don't mind those. Alcatraz versus Master Chief. These two bad boys are well trained and were basically made to fight and have special armor. They also have a few more connections, but that's just the ones off the top of my head. This is actually a pretty neat matchup. It actually could go either way if Alcatraz uses powers correctly, and Master Chief, I'm pretty sure, takes it in more ways than one. Suda versus Vilgefortz. So these two firebenders basically are people who don't have the most prettiest face, fight warriors who basically are paid to kill people, and also were cast out, and also mages. That's a few more, but there's a few more connections. Those on the top of my head too. So yeah, I think Ahzidal might win, just because. Generation 4 Starter Royale. So these are my most wanted Starter Royale. This is my most wanted Starter Royale. Well, it's one of my they're my favorite starters for one. Torterra is my favorite grass starter, And Empoleon, I don't like Empoleon. And Fernape is... I'm not a huge fan of Fire-type starters. I only like 2 Fire-type starters out of everything. So, I just want Torterra to win. Clover versus Trespasser. This is actually a really neat one, because they both were their first ginormous monsters that attacked major cities, New York and San Francisco, and they're both ginormous and cause cloud damage everywhere, and take on the military, the U.S. military, like they're literally nothing. So yeah, I think this had to be a really neat match to see. So yeah. Cephalon Suda versus Angel. These two pacifists were used by the big bads to do their bidding and try to kill the good guys. And, well, they failed. The bad guys failed, and Angel died. Cephalon Suda became normal, but still has a little bit of bad side sometimes. So yeah, I think that's a really neat match to see, actually. This Arbiter versus Predator. Well, this is one of my newer favorites that they want to see. It's not like my top 10 most wanted, but I think I might do a new season. I probably will. And this is probably one of the few fights I actually want to see as my the first battle of the entire season. So I think I want to see this one new badly, but not my top. The Ghostrunner versus the player from Superhot. I think I want to see this one because it has some great animation potential where, like, it looks like the Ghostrunner like blocks like a bunch of bullets, and the player like stops and just dodges all. But in Ghostrunner's view, it looks like it just has super speed. They just like dodge all in milliseconds. But I think that really like great animation potential for this fight. Like, I love this like battle, like the look of it. To start off this list, and to start the top 10 list, Beetle versus Firefly. I want to see this one because it has great animation potential, for one. Because it shows, like, Firefly trying to burn him, and Firefly burning him back with his flames, like, with his boots, or jetpack. But it's just, like, great animation potential, in my opinion. And, like I said, there could be 2 more Marvel vs. DC fights coming up. Just warning. I know not a lot of people like Marvel vs. DC fights anymore. 2B versus Haydee. This is actually now one of my newer matchups, but I think it's a really cool matchup because, for one, it's just a new series, which I always like to see, and it like seems really neat to actually see too. Like, great animation potential for more vs. 1. Wink, wink. If you don't get it, you're probably too young, but you know, it'll be great animation potential altogether, I think. Kai versus Ignitor. Like I said, with Hitmonchan versus Night Shift, this one took its place for my most wanted Skylanders matchup. Because they have a few more connections, and also it'd be a lot more cooler to see too. Because you don't know who really wins for this one. I've seen some say Kai and some say Ignitor. I'm more leaning to the Ignitor side, because I grew up watching, playing Skylanders. Sektor versus Revenant. This one actually has a quite better chance than the rest of them, because they introduce Apex Legends, or if you want, like, you can also introduce Titanfall too. They're same universe, different games. But I think it'd be really cool because, like, Sektor kills Revenant, but it turns out just to be like the fake Revenant, and Revenant actually kills Sektor. I mean, like, really cool to see. Stalker versus Stain. This is actually one of my older, most fun matchups, but it reached the top 5, which is nice. But the reason why not top because it's a stomp. Just want to admit it. It's a stomp for Stalker's favor, since he has more powers and more experience than Stain ever had. So I just wanted to say that. It also has great animation potential, so yay. I can't add any more photos, sadly. I'll just say what they are. It goes Alan Scott versus Richard Rider, Chantis versus Circe, Goth versus Jenny Ida, Bruticus versus Gypsy Danger, and Melanie versus Moxie. I know you love to see the photos, but it's kind of hard to see them because I can't add any more. So sorry. if you like these and want to see more, you can go to my Reddit and ask if you want to see like what type of matchups I'd probably be able to do them for you if you want. Or you just say in the comments I can do it. So yeah, I hope you like the video and like and subscribe. Please. Thank you. Bye.